Hi, welcome to the Cult TV Sofa. This is a reaction video for the 15th episode of Season 1 of Stargate SG1 called Singularity. You can check out the full reaction for this video on my Patreon channel. Check out the link in the description below. Last time we saw archaeologists on Earth discover a Goa'uld sarcophagus, which actually had a Goa'uld in it, Hathor, who promptly killed everyone in the room. Lovely. Because of Daniel's knowledge, the empty sarcophagus was sent to him to examine. Hathor seemed to be able to sense the Stargate and was held after trying to gain access to the base. She seemed to have the ability to break down the will of men and get them to do her bidding. As she took over all of the men on the base, except for Teal'c, who was immune due to the Goa'uld inside him, we discovered that she was literally the queen of the Goa'uld, and she could give birth to hundreds more of them. The women rose up and fought Hathor back, killing all of the Goa'uld, destroying the sarcophagus, and allowing Hathor to escape. So let's see what happens in this episode. I'm going to put any relevant trivia that I find over here, and at the end of the reaction I'll be discussing what happened and my thoughts about it. And I'm going to start it in 3, 2, 1. Do like that effect.
We're going to see after this eclipse begins. I mean, it is black and it is a hole.
Okay, black hole. Singularity.
Actually, it's called the accretion disk. What did you just say?
Yeah, how does he know that?
You didn't think the Colonel had a telescope on his roof just to look at the neighbors, did you?
Good point. But he has been a bit dismissive of science.
Not initially.
In the episodes. But yeah, good point. He did have a telescope and he was using it. He likes some science. Okay. So we got some kind of base on this planet?
Someone from SG7 should have been here to greet us.
Yeah, I'm thinking this isn't a good sign. That's definitely not. Ooh.
Alright, Mop 4.
So they're thinking chemical weapon. You got gloves on? Is that some sort of disinfectant? Because he touched. Oh, they got gloves on. I think he had gloves on afterwards, so he disinfected his hands and then put the gloves on, which makes sense. You'd think he'd go into some sort of quarantine, though. He wouldn't be able to return to the base, just because obviously he's at risk now.
Where is everyone?
So this all looks like Earth technology.
Found him.
They're all dead. Everyone.
Which means probably airborne is quite likely, because they were asleep. For it to the other person seemed to have fallen outside. So that seems like a likely explanation. And they didn't have those suits on for a good few minutes. So this looks like a planet that they've visited, and they've set up some kind of base on it. Or maybe research stations, a better way of putting it, because they're going there to view a black hole event of some kind. Okay, so some sort of decontamination.
Why didn't they send a message, some warning this was happening?
We don't know.
Looks like all this happened very quickly.
Right.
Colonel, you said you touched one of the victims before putting on gloves?
Yeah.
No, you were first.
Absolutely. Well, he's always had allergies, sneezes.
Allergies, right?
He's second.
We're supposed to
So Teal'c's not even bothering. I mean, Teal'c, yeah, he's immune to, well, we think he's immune to most things, but there might be something he's not immune to. You'd think he'd still wear a suit just to be on the safe side. At the very least, it'll stop him from being a carrier, because something could still get on his clothes or something. At least if he wears the suit, it'll just be protection for everyone else as well. Yeah, everyone just collapsed where they were by the looks of it. It's got to be airborne. Oh. Someone survived.
No, it's okay, you can come out.
That's unusual. Wouldn't their first reaction be to have their guns out, say, come out with your hands up?
Show him your face.
Ha!
Try to look friendly.
I still don't know how he does that. Makes his mouth go down like that. I actually did try. I was looking in the mirror. I could not do it.
We will not hurt you. Please come out.
Is it a girl? Yes. Some sort of natural immunity, which could be very useful. Help them make an antidote or vaccination.
Can you hear me?
Traumatized.
Looks like we're dealing with a bacteria infection. Just don't get too close.
There. That's better, huh? You feel like telling me your name now?
Very lax medical security conditions. Something killed everyone that they can find, and they're just taking off their masks.
Oh, no, honey. You're not gonna die.
Giving her some sort of comfort. Let her have it.
There are traces of the element the Stargate is made of in her blood.
Naquita?
Yeah.
Laquida. Elements of the Stargate in her blood.
Now, the bacteria doesn't seem to be airborne, but it has a unique ability
Not
to survive
airborne.
in a variety of environments.
Seems doubtful it wouldn't be airborne from what we saw.
Doctor, would it be safe for someone to stay a little while longer? Sir, the eclipse happens in less than one day.
Go through with the mission.
I don't want to belittle what's happened here, but if we just pack up and leave, SG7
for
and all these
nothing.
people will have died for nothing.
It does make sense. It's only an hour or so until it happens, and there's no more risk to them staying there than there is now.
I will remain. I am not at risk.
Yeah, I'll stay too.
That's a good idea to leave Teal'c there. He's an even lower risk by staying. So now they put a suit on her, when she's been out there anyway without a suit. So there's a sort of decontamination thing going on there. So is she not talking because she's traumatized, or...
Level 1 decontamination complete. Proceed with level 2.
See, they should have that there permanently.
Well, here we are.
Ooh, home sweet home.
This is where you're going to stay for a little while, okay? I know it's nothing fancy, but
Barely basic, let alone fancy.
I have to go somewhere for a little while. But I promise you I won't be gone long.
Not gonna like that.
But I'll be able to see you the whole time through that camera up there, see?
Oh, that's nice. Make her paranoid as well. She's not going to understand that. They haven't got that sort of technology. Does she actually understand the words that she's saying? She might not understand the meaning, but is she understanding the words but just not talking? I don't quite get it.
It's possible someone from Earth brought a normally harmless bacteria to that planet.
Just mutated.
I think we may have brought back the cure.
Well, the girl got natural immunity.
Why didn't the telescope team report that this outbreak was going on?
We don't know.
It must have happened immediately. Which again makes me think airborne. To affect everyone at once like that, it would have to be.
Put some stuff on it like this.
Ah, hot dogs.
See?
He's get some proper sausages. Oh. Yeah, she's not traumatised at all. Unless all of her friends were just having a sleep around her. So you're going to change it. Her. So she's not alone.
It's me, okay? You're not alone anymore.
She did seem to understand that.
This is fun. Only 8 hours to go.
I still do not understand this black hole.
Well, a black hole is this really big...
Black hole.
basically, it's a
hole.
massive hole
That's black.
out there.
I see.
Do you?
Thank you.
Sure.
Oh gosh, she put it on the wall.
Listen, I have to go somewhere for a little while. But you're not going to be alone. Daniel's going to be here the whole time.
Will she be okay with someone else, or is it just Samantha? Just Samantha.
Please don't go.
Ah.
You feel like telling me your name?
Cassandra, I hurt.
Where?
Her latest blood work shows a marked potassium deficiency. Defib, stop CPR. Defib, 60 joules.
That's not a natural sounding sound. So that would explain why she has that metal inside her. Yeah, what is it? So it wasn't there 10 hours ago. She had a pain where it is.
Adjusting view.
That's quite a cool shot.
Well, parts of it are definitely organic.
I'm scraping the harder surfaces for samples.
That looks really effective. It looks like they really are inside someone.
Clear!
Wait! Pulse is normal.
So defense mechanism, which would mean it's intelligent, or, well, yeah, intelligent in some way. Whether that's AI or organic.
Just dreaming about my mom.
Well, I assume she's dead. Was she on the planet? Was it her mum that they put that tag on and she took the tag off and that's why she was holding on to the tag? That would kind of make sense.
If you want, I can sit with her tomorrow for a few hours. But I guess what I'm saying is that you don't have to do this.
Alone, yeah. I mean, just the fact that he was sat outside the door just waiting and being there shows that.
The eclipse has reached its totality. Wow.
One side of the object is made up of a combination of iron and potassium. The other side is made up of the element that makes up the Stargate. Now, potassium can be one of the most volatile alkali metals on Earth.
So is that why she had a potassium deficiency? Because this thing was attracting all of the potassium to that one location for a reason she's about to explain, and other minerals that she was deficient in are all being pulled to that location and being used to create this. And then the I can't what it's called, begin with an N, NAC something. The metal that the Stargate was made out of was all in her blood, and it's kind of all pulled itself together. It sounds like nanites or something again, which pulled all the to get the metal together to create this object. So it sounds like it's nanites or an artificial intelligence of some kind.
I'm only using a microscopic particle of each.
That's a big boom.
Well, if 2 microscopic particles could cause that.
Then the object inside Cassandra could cause a nuclear reaction 1,000,000 times bigger.
Ooh.
What is that? Hit the zoom.
Ship.
It is a Goa'uld attack vessel.
Might want to leave.
They knew we wouldn't leave her there. They knew we would bring her back here.
So she'd blow up.
You're saying it's meant to destroy us?
At least this complex. The threat to the Goa'ulds, the Stargate.
They used that little girl like a Trojan horse.
Whoa. That's a hell of a plan. So, yeah, they created a disease to kill everyone on the planet except for her, for the little girl. Like they said, they knew that they wouldn't leave a little girl behind, so they took her back to Earth, and they've done something to her to create with this huge bomb, so that when she's on Earth, the bomb would start to generate or create itself and then blow up and take out, at the very least, well, all of them, all the people who are annoying the Goa'ulds. Yeah, that's a hell of a plan.
How long do we have?
1 hour and 52 minutes.
That's very precise.
The cellular decay of the tissue Dr. Warner sampled appears to be happening like clockwork.
That seems unlikely, but we'll go with it. I could see that's certainly a plot device to give us a ticking time to work to. Oh, so it's making us sick as well.
It's the ship of the Singularity.
Bit heartless, but I think I would be taking her back to the planet. Still carry on trying to sort the problem. All the medical staff could go with her and they could work on her there. But it would minimise the risk. I mean, they're saying the explosion could be a million times bigger than the one we saw. I mean, that's putting thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people at risk otherwise. Although, can it go through the Stargate like that? Might have a failsafe in there, might blow up if she does go through. But yeah, I feel bad, but I think that's what I would be looking at doing. But say, not just taking her through and abandoning her, but take her through and work on her on the planet. And at least if this ticking down timer does go as they predict, you might have to leave her at the last minute. I don't know what else you could do. Well, we're going to find out.
An enemy of Apophis.
So we've got an enemy of Apophis.
Look, sir, I know this decision isn't easy for you.
In fact, the decision is quite easy. The consequences are what's difficult. The girl should be prepared to go back through the Stargate.
I agree. He'd have to. Oh. Ah. So they're not going to be able to send her back there then? But say, they don't know that sending her through the Stargate might make things worse.
We must get to the Stargate.
Well, they're going to be guarding
No
it.
argument for me!
This Singularity, he once sent an emissary of peace. The negotiation was a ploy. The Stargate was destroyed.
He's done it before.
As soon as he entered the Stargate, there was a massive explosion.
Ah. So it is the Stargate. So is that actually part of the plan? They knew that they would find it and send her back, and it's the sending her back that's going to create the explosion. That's a nice shot, but impractical for a ship to do that. God, he needs to be careful. One little tear in that suit.
Take your time, don't worry.
She slipped into a coma.
That was close. Oh, nice! You get the explosion coming through as well, or the debris from the explosion.
Get the girl away from the gate.
Oh, is it proximity to the gate?
Cassandra's condition deteriorated when she got near the Stargate.
True.
We'll have to take her somewhere else.
What about the abandoned nuclear facility?
Right.
So taking her away from the gate might cause it to shrink. If it's just the proximity to the Stargate that caused the problem, taking her away might solve it. Maybe just shooting her in the head might solve the problem. I wonder if they'll do that. Welcome to your new home. Nice little underground bunker. Lovely.
I can take her from here now, Captain.
No, sir, it's okay.
Yeah, of course she'll go.
This elevator goes down 30 floors through solid rock. It takes about 3 minutes to get to the bottom. That gives you 4 minutes to start back up.
Oh, so it's still on the timer. It's gonna stop. It's gonna have to. Oh, unless they're thinking, oh, basically this is a secure bunker, 30 levels down in solid rock. So they're taking her down there to leave her there, so that if when she explodes, it would at least minimize or try to contain the explosion. But that's not going to happen. Taking her away from the Stargate is going to reverse the process. It's going to have to. You're not going to show a kid being killed. So they can't take her through the gate. So keeping her away from it is the only real option. or getting her off the planet another way. We know that Jeff Bezos has a spare seat on his rocket coming up, or did have. Maybe we could put on that. She's woken up.
Please, go back to sleep.
No, she was in a coma. Now she's further away. She's feeling better. She was hoping she'd stay asleep. It'd be easier for her to leave her. Surely that danger sign should be on the other side of the door, not on that side.
Sit down here and rest for a while, okay?
Yes. I'm just going to leave you here for a bit. Bye. Go turn the light out. Don't be afraid.
I'll come back, okay? I'll be back.
In 100 odd years after the radiation's dispersed. I don't think she'd leave.
I have to close the door.
Oh, I don't think I could leave her like that.
Sam?
Ooh. Oh, I know she's got to, but that's horrible. I think I'd stay with her. I mean, that would mess her up for life. The trauma of doing that. She's changing her mind. She's going to go back.
Captain Carter.
You couldn't live with yourself.
Colonel, I'm staying.
Negative.
Yeah.
She's awake.
Oh, God.
You obviously don't know what you would do in that situation, but I think I would stay with her.
Are you going to die?
No, we are not gonna die.
I suppose you tell her that in the hope that it's going to be quick. When if it's that big explosion, it should hopefully be vaporized immediately. It was meant to be a click, but didn't. It was just more like a moving my fingers. If I were them, I'm not sure I'd be hanging around. Although I think even that big explosion would still take them out anyway. It's more about containing it to a smaller space. And they all died. End of the show.
We could have been wrong about the time.
We could have been wrong, but what would happen?
It's reversed because she woke up from the coma. She got better the further away from the Stargate she got.
How did you know, Captain?
She didn't.
That she first slipped into the coma when we brought her close to the Stargate. As soon as we got her far enough away from the Stargate, she woke up.
Yep.
And I knew.
No, you guessed. Hoped. Do not hit me again.
Hey, there he is.
So what, as long as they keep her away? I mean, sure you'd be shipping her off to another country.
Dr. Fraser's gonna take her until we can find qualified parents.
By qualified, you mean ones with the right security clearance?
I wouldn't be surprised if Dr. Fraser wants to keep her for herself.
Surely that's still a bit too close.
The object was shrinking and being reabsorbed into her system.
Yeah, makes sense. You'd be taking her a long way away.
Stargate is a secret, and I was born in a place called Toronto?
She's Canadian.
What are those?
Those are swings.
I never had any of those in Toronto.
Surprised. I would have thought a swing is a basic thing that most civilizations would discover. Maybe not obviously metal in that design, but the basic movement of swinging back and forward you'd recognise and have. Okay, interesting episode. So it wasn't even Apophis who did it, it was another Gold. An enemy of Apophis, I think they said, or a rival. And they were the targets. So that's... yeah, it's weird. So this other Gould, they've not had any dealings with them, so how do they know about the people from Earth? And what they're doing? Why would they want to take us out? Not sure. So very convoluted, I was going to say complex, more convoluted plan to take us out. So the proximity to the Stargate caused that thing to build itself. It must have been nanites in there putting that together. I think there'd be some... Yeah, they've talked about nanites before, and they didn't touch on it at all, so there must be a reason they avoided talking about it. I suppose the fact that she still had... If they just left her with nanites in, that would be dangerous, so they didn't mention them. The device magically builds itself together. And if she's staying with the doctor must live reasonably close to the base to work there. That's still too close for my liking. Who knows? Yes, it seems to be breaking down, but over time, it might very slowly start to build itself back together again. If she's that close, you would be sending her off to another country. You'd put her as far away as possible from the Stargate, just to be on the safe side. And you'd be doing constant tests and scans on her to make sure it's not growing. I'm surprised the girl didn't ask to live with Sam. I don't think she'd be able to, just because of the way she's always off site. It's not practical, but I still would have thought she would have been asking for it to happen. But she didn't seem to. Especially the way she was so close to her during the episode. Like I said, it's hard to know what you would do unless you're in that situation. But I think I would have stayed with the girl as well. What would you have done? Would you have stayed with her? Or... I mean, it certainly would have been easier if she'd been asleep. That might have been different, or unconscious. Don't know. I'm not sure about that. But if she was awake, just leaving her like that, I don't think I could have. Would you have done that? And they took her 30 levels down. I don't know how far down that would be. I mean, what? At least 300 foot. 10 foot. Each level probably more than 10 foot. 12, 13, maybe 15. So more like maybe 400 feet down and through solid rock. But they only they got off the elevator, moved forward a little bit, put her in that room and sealed the door, and that was it. Any huge explosion like they were talking about would obviously have blown that door off, and it would have gone up the elevator shaft. So it might have contained a lot of the blast, but really they should be like a network of tunnels and doors down there that they should have had to have gone through, sealing all the doors behind you to contain as much of the blast as possible. That wouldn't have actually done as much as we're led to believe as far as protecting them from the blast is concerned. But it would have helped a bit at least. I would have been hanging around at the top of that elevator shaft, because the explosion would have come out in some form, and they'd be dead. I'm not sure what to say about this one. It was interesting. So I don't know why that Gould was after them. Would have made more sense if it was a Apophis who did it. Unless that's kind of the point, to show us that there are others out there. We've had Hathor last time. We've got, I can't remember what this one was called. Maybe that's the point, just to show that there's more of them, and that they're. Oh, we saw the ship as well. Have we seen a ship before? Don't think we have. So we saw one of their ships. Well, let me know what you thought about this one in the comments below, and shall see you for the next one. Be seeing you.